This morning, we are marking World Cancer Day by partnering with Pfizer, which has taken over our studio screens to raise awareness for cancer screenings. It is part of a new initiative Pfizer is launching today to let people know that in a fight against cancer, every screen matters. We are joined now by nurse practitioner Nikki Schaefer, who is also Senior Director of Global Colleague Wellness at Pfizer. Nikki, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here with us. This is such an important topic. And, you know, so many people are affected by cancer every single day. Tell us why early screening and detection is just so important.
Sure. So 1 in 3 Americans will be diagnosed with cancer at some point in their lifetime. And we know that earlier detection, earlier intervention can lead to more treatment options and often better outcomes. And so that is why screenings are so important. And Pfizer, who has been very active in the fight against finding treatments for cancer, is taking on this initiative of helping people to understand what screenings they may be eligible for and then encouraging them to take action.
So for people watching right now, what are the cancers that they should talk to their doctors about? Let's talk about women, for example. What should they be thinking about being screened for?
Sure. So on your screens that everyone is looking at home, they should be seeing the different ages, the recommended screenings. Those are coming from the American Cancer Society. So for women, the 2 important ones that we talk about are breast cancer screening and cervical cancer screening. And with breast cancer, it's a mammogram. That is the normal screening modality. And for cervical cancer, it is either an HPV test or a Pap test.
A Pap smear, yep.
So while we know that these guidelines are available and they're out there to give the general population the guidelines for when to start their screening, you need to talk to your healthcare provider about your family history, any other risk factors that you have.
I love this campaign because it's getting people thinking about, you know, just what they should be having in terms of conversations with their doctors. And early screenings is something that even affected you, is that right?
It did. So at the age of 35, where I was well below the screening age for breast cancer, I found a lump in my breast and went to my healthcare provider. I was subsequently diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer, again, early breast cancer. And at that time, my kids were only 6, 4, and 2. Oh. So I was very uncertain what my future was going to look like.
I mean, you must have been...
Was devastated.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say, though, I am now almost 17 years since that diagnosis. But as a result of that conversation with my healthcare provider and now my sister's conversation with her healthcare provider, she started screenings at a much earlier age.
Wow, that's incredible. So early screenings really do matter. Let's talk about what screenings men should be talking to their doctors about.
Sure. So again, as you said, it's so important to talk to your healthcare provider. Make sure that men are having that conversation. And it's really for prostate cancer. And so that is usually screened through a simple blood test, a PSA.
So are there other cancer screenings people should also be aware of that are not necessarily gender specific?
Absolutely. So the 2 that we really focus on are colorectal cancer, which the screening is done via a colonoscopy, or you may be eligible for an at-home test. Again, having that conversation with your healthcare provider determines which one is going to be best suited for you. And then lung cancer. Lung cancer is one that if you're a smoker, were a smoker, or have some other risk factors, it's going to be important for you to be screened.
So what's really exciting about this Pfizer tool is that people can use it to get a custom recommendation for what screenings they should be asking their doctor about. Tell us a bit about this tool and where people can find it.
Sure. So the tool is on pfizerforall.com/screenings. And by answering 5 simple questions about yourself, you will get a customized view of what screenings are relevant to you and what questions to ask your healthcare provider or conversation starters, really, that will help you and guide you through finding a screening location.
This screening tool is so easy to use. I did it upstairs just before the show. It took me 30 seconds, Nikki. And now I know what to talk to my doctor about. Thank you so much, Nikki Schaefer. For more information and resources, you can use the QR code on your screen, or like Nikki said, visit pfizerforall.com/screening.